Hello boys, Cool Yoshi here, and welcome back to my Crash Team Racing Nitro Field 100% playthrough. In the last episode, we left off finishing deep sea diving and beating Oxide's Chime on that track. Now we're going to do Thunderstruck next, and we're gonna continue getting the Beanox crates as well. So far, this has probably been one of the longer sections to do, but after that I promise I will do all of the error modes as well. Just a fair warning though, some of those modes are kinda short in this game, because the only thing you can really do for most of them is just try once on every track, and I found out none of the error modes other than time trials are actually required for 100% unlockables necessarily, but I will still do them to have fun. So for Thunderstruck's Beanox crate, this is located on the step section early on. Alright. Okay, I think it's in that section. Keep in mind, it is actually probably easier to get these Beanox crates during a single race, since you could just leave after you get it, which makes it really quick. Wow, terrible. I usually never get hit by that. I'm kind of stupid for getting hit by that item there. Okay. You know what? Since I've been going too fast, I need to restart until I get this. Forgot it. I know where it is actually now, or at least an idea of where it is, because that's clearly the step section. You just have to be really quick about it. There we go. On the very first step, it jumped up as well. Goodness. That was a huge amount of saving, by the way. First time I popped up that, I was like, wow. So the Beanox crate apparently saves your progress when you get it. Really interesting. No pink there for some reason. It's kind of random to not keep that there, but oh well. Well, now that we know how to do that, we won't have to worry about that for a while. Going by that spike is probably required to go really fast in the course, but of course those block up the fastest routes for this course. I'm not really surprised about that fall, by the way. You go so fast with pink, it's really hard to keep up. Which makes this more or less a harder version of deep sea diving, because it has the pink trick as well. Oh, gosh dang it. That's one of the worst ways to lose my pink boost, by being an idiot. And I think that was me hitting the wall that time. Same spike again. If I'd only go much quicker around, I'd get it by the second spike and not the third, but yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that when I come up to an Oxide time trial, otherwise I just lose. Because I think I'm beaten by Oxide right now because of all bad I've been doing this, but it's not gonna matter because I think Trophy's even worse on this track anyway. Let's see, we opened them up at least, that's good. But it could have been faster by so much had we kept to the bank, and I think I finally have an idea on how to do it. We just have to risk it and go towards that thing right away in Thundershot. Okay, yeah, we only beat him by a little bit because of all the bad stuff. At least we beat Enchili, but still. That means we pretty much, I think, lost Oxide. At least his time trial, rather, is what I'm mentioning. But, hey, what can you do? From the looks of it, turning off is definitely the best coming out of this straight right here. So, very fun so far. The reason why I probably lost Pink in a couple of these... Okay, that's probably the best I could have done on that part. Had to go underneath that, but it is what it is. Okay, that's definitely better to do. I played that a little too risky though. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's much better. That's how it should have been done. Yeah, sure, we'll just fall off like an idiot, but then go ahead and redo that. If that was against Oxide, I probably would have lost instantly, because that's a huge time loss having to redo the jump again. So, yeah, forget what I said about this. This is not one of the easiest tracks. Definitely one of the harder ones by a mile. Almost probably twice as hard as Deep Sea Diamond was. And I lost Pink for some reason again. That's not fun. Especially considering I'm expected to keep Pink here normally in a normal run. Man, that's a really risky strat there. And I have to go under this because if I go around it, it's just gonna waste time. So unfortunately, unskippable item there, basically, just based off of my positioning. If I actually skipped that, though, that'd probably save even more time than I've already saved. Yeah, there it is. A 53 lap. Nice. Okay, we beat Trophy, and now we're going to face Oxide. We may have still lost to Oxide because of the very bad first lap there. Oh, no, we beat him by quite a bit, actually. The skips must be that busted, I guess. Oh, well. We'll see how Oxide fares against this, though. So that means I actually have, with the best strategies, 14 seconds of leeway if everything goes right. My goodness. This might be one of the easiest Oxide time trials ever. Assuming I don't fall off like an idiot, like I've been doing before. Ooh, I turned on my time by accident. But Oxide's on, so it's not too bad. This is actually good because I can see how far I'm ahead of my actual ghost compared to my previous time. I went too high there. Screw that. I said this was the easiest time and I immediately had to reset because of all the dumb stuff. Let's try not to be an idiot this time. Okay, this time I'm behind him, but I can still catch up quite a bit. So I am behind my personal best by quite a bit, but because I'm keeping up with the also means I'm keeping up with Oxide by quite a bit. In fact, I'm actually 6 seconds ahead of Oxide right now. Goodness. I guess I was in line when this was one of the easiest time trials for Oxide to beat. Of course, that means the Emperor Veal one is going to be very tough again, as per usual. Almost all of them have been very well optimized, because Beanox really did a good job of optimizing these time trials to the best they could. That's for sure. Ah, frick. See, I have so much time, I could actually get respawned and still do really well. Okay, well, twice that's terrible. Wow! I literally just ate my words. Come on, Timmy, stop sucking and actually play the game properly, you idiot. I even said this was one of the easiest time trials to do, and now all of a sudden I'm doing terrible. What the heck, dude? She played a game, for crap's sakes. Sheesh. Okay, hopefully I do better this time, because holy crap, that's terrible. Here, I'm usually really good at this track. Screw that, I guess. Okay, well, now that I have my speed, it's not that bad anymore. Okay, that's probably the best point to lose pink there, to be fair. Because that lets me take a better line for this. I'm only a second ahead, but it'll get really big once I come into the second lap, because that's where I got respawned. In case you're wondering, yes, I got kind of salty there. 2 mess-ups in a row. That would be enough to make you salty. So, even though it probably wasn't required, I decided to reset anyways, because I want to beat my PB too. Okay, that time I went way too fast. So you have to do that at a specific time, clearly. Wow. Dang it, now I'm back to my PV spot again. Okay, now I'm ahead again. Because of faster turns, I guess. So, was a little bit too grady there. That's what happened, obviously. Because the way you do that turn fast is really tricky. There's an out of bounds zone I avoid normally by going there. Like that, that's how it's supposed to be done. Okay, I had to slow down there on safety. There's the hit, by the way. Right there. See me get hit. think losing the pink on purpose is probably better than trying to go for it and fail badly as a result. Look at Oxide trying to keep up with just getting wrecked. And a 52 lap to end it off with. And another PB. Yeah, good luck trying to beat that. Okay, I'm not gonna bother looking at the Emperor reveal time trial. I automatically know it's probably 10 seconds faster, because there's always at least something that I'm missing. Whether it be not keeping pink or doing something else. So we'll just move on to Tiny Temple. Keep this going. And we're nearly done with the Crash Nitro card courses now, as a result of this. So, as well as Beanox crates. And this one's at the very end, but behind the start line. And we're gonna have to make a dive in order to grab this one. By the way, sometimes if you look for the track previews, they will show you where the Beanox crate is. So I'm actually gonna watch this on purpose, just to show you. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, very sneaky, I guess. So we're gonna go slow on purpose, because we need to do this.
Uh-oh, wrong way.
There we go. Did the dive, and now we're going to play the track, actually. This is one of my favorite checks to keep pink for, because you go so fast with it. Okay, good pink storage there. Went really far with it. Okay, looks like that may save a tiny bit of time, but because of the jump, I don't think I even need to go for it. Ah, dang it, I lost it there this time. Not a good pink storage this time. Barely avoiding that box, by the way. Breaking that box changes the flame location, and the flame is permanent on this track, so it'll be very bad to keep. Okay, yeah, this is faster by a few seconds, so I'll do it all 3 laps as well. Nice and easy Doctor Trophy open up there. And Dingodile was actually on the top there, despite this being a tiny track. Wow. Okay then. I'll take it. And yes, by the way, this is not on the PlayStation 4. I'm playing this on the Nintendo Switch version, by the way. Despite this, Trophy's faster by 13 seconds? But why? Ugh. I just don't get it. Well, I guess there is the jump I have to make at the end, which does stuff. But man, this trophy time seems really optimized. I know it could save a lot of time on the first lap, but I didn't think I was this bad. Sheesh. Well, in that case, this Oxide time is going to be really hard. To be fair, it's a basic track, so what else do you expect? It's probably because of the faster fame, so I'm gonna turn this off on purpose, and this is probably gonna be faster for the long run. Ah, dang it. Looks like he kept it for longer. That's probably why I've been failing. Because look, he caught up really quickly by keeping that boost longer than I did. Ah, dang it. I turned the fire on by accident there. That's why he beat me by 3 seconds. So it's actually a lot easier than I thought to keep it. I'm just doing terrible at it. So that means this may actually be another reset track, because I have to do that ping trick 2 times in a row, and if I don't keep it, then Oxide's gonna beat me, so I need to be careful of that. In addition, there was quite a few seconds to still be saved over the course of the other tracks. Yeah, and it all happened because I had to break that box there. Well, looks like we're out of hard easy mode now. Yeah, look at this. Holy crap, this Oxide tab is fast. So I'm gonna have to actually do the pink shit this time, legit, and keep it the entire way through. Wow, goodness. So that means if I make a single mistake, I think on laps 2 and 3, then I'm just done. Lap 1 is gonna be the easy one this time. Laps 2 and 3 is where it's gonna get really painful, I swear. So I better beat this Oxide really quick. Sheesh. I did not expect this time trial to be this low. It's because they knew somehow. It's like they knew I was gonna keep pink through this. They knew that it was going to happen. And that's probably faster. Not by much, but it is faster. So I'll probably do that on laps 2 and 3 in particular. Here it comes! The pink chick. Okay, well, I'm keeping up with him now. So, avoiding that jump seems to be a key factor here. Goodness, look how fast we're both going. Yeah, that jump is probably the best way of doing that. Oh, okay. And that's probably why it was so low. A 29 lap there, by the way. From the looks of it, that didn't take too long to learn, thank goodness. So it's not that I wasn't doing that badly, I was just playing terribly in general. Of course, that means if I get to this cup on hard mode, I'm probably not gonna have much problems with being the CPUs on that track, just because of how likely there are to probably mess up. That's what I'm guessing. But anyway, on to Meteor Gorge this time. Meteor Gorge's one is located after the entrance to the track's shortcut. Next to an orange critter sticking out the dirt. And it's on to the right. Okay, so I have to turn around after the shortcut. Unless I already broke it, but we'll see. We'll do it. Anyway, let's go. Of course, Meteor Gorge and another very well optimized track for me already.
Wrong way.
There it is. Got it. Not a really easy track so far. It may not open up the end trophy time because of how long it took me to get the Phoenix crate. It is what it is. You don't have to beat him, you just have to get within a specific time limit. And we did it still, somehow. Nice. So far the only one we failed is Blizzard Bluff. Like, technically the first one, like, where we haven't unlocked end trophy either way. I guess that's just a result of being so. But, oh well. Yeah. To be expected when you have to do a 49 lap because of accidentally going too fast. So I could have just waited till the second lap to do it, but that's the Beanox crates for you. They'll do that. I believe you get, lockable the moment you get all of them and then finish your race, so we are technically doing the right thing by 100%ing that. And also the golden eggs that I showed you in a different episode, those were also required for Fired by 100% because they unlock a unique character that can not be unlocked anywhere else. King Chicken, probably one of the goofier characters because that's from the Spiral universe, so I have no idea what it's doing in the Crash game, but it is what it is, I guess. What's the exclamation point even do? I don't know. I will never know. Ah, this is a well-optimized chat. Oxide challenge might be a little bit more difficult than it first seems, since it involves keeping fire to the entire end. In case you're wondering what the fire trick is, initially when you first play through a track, you're supposed to not keep boost for a long time. However, if you're a skilled enough player, you can jump constantly to preserve boost momentum and then keep it for the entire track. And use it to get some really fast times.
Mate, you call that racing?
Holy crap, that was a 30-0 lap there. Nearly a sub 30 lap. Goodness. Gosh dang it. If only it was a tiny bit faster, could have been sub 3. Oh well. Well, that was an easy track to learn, so that means... Oh, okay, yeah, we have 5 seconds of leeway here. Let's not even say anything this time, because I have failed badly before in Thunderstruck. To be fair, that was probably one of the more tougher tracks, because the tricks I were doing were pretty difficult. The one with the jump, especially when you cut that turn, has to be really precise. Because if you go too early, like I did once, you hit an out-of-bounds plane and just fall off immediately. Oh, he's going that way, eh? I prefer this way just because it's a little bit safer way of keeping the boost, and I think going up there could potentially slow your run down. Well, jeez, I nearly lost that. That would have been really bad. It's because of that boost, I think, that he goes there. Nearly another sub 30 lap again.
You call that racing?
Man. I will say, when going for the Emperor field times, we were at 1.2 seconds away from beating one of them, so that definitely tells me that we are improving quite a bit. Oh, speaking of the Dell, we're 1 second away from them. Wow. So that means that track is very well optimized for us so far, which is good. Now we have Barren Ruins with the individual shortcut there. Before I learned that, that was not an easy one to do. Alright, Barren Ruins crate. The Beanox crate is found at the end, shortcut at the end of the track. Just beyond the stove box, you have to jump over in order to get the shortcut. Similar to the tiny temple, it's much easier to grab if you simply drive the wrong way from the start line. Okay, we'll do that. Actually, just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. I'll jump over the shortcut, stop, and then do it. Okay, that's bad. This is probably the harder of the two tracks to do, to be fair. Yeah, this is better. Doesn't even really waste that much time to grab, and look at that, boost pad later, and we're back into it all of a sudden. So yeah, that seems to be a lot quicker. It's easier to go the wrong way, but then going the wrong way is technically slower overall, so that's like objectively the fastest way of grabbing it, in my opinion. If you're going for the single race strat, then yes, it is different. Keep in mind, the first time I played this track, I got clipped by one of the blocks on one of the laps and strangely lost all my speed for no reason. It popped out of nowhere. And there we go.
You call that racing?
Alright. Alright then, on to end trophy now. This is another easy track to do, so probably another hard Oxide time to beat. That's just what I'm guessing. Of course, that means the Emperor Revealed time will probably not be as hard then as well, because I've pretty much almost optimized it as much as I can get, so I doubt I see another way to do it. I could look around maybe the jump with the big turns maybe, but I don't see what else I can do. Because most of the time, it's just going to be drift boosting to the end, and that's it. Ah, dang it. Okay, well that was a good time to do that, since he was in the way. Would have hit me. Oh, I cut that really close. But I have to play risky, you know. Especially if I want to get a time faster than Emperor Velo in particular. I have to do that. In fact, in case you're wondering, the Emperor Velo times are basically this game's form of Staff Ghost. And that time is a collection of Phoenox's best run of this track, which has been turned into its own unique Staff Ghost, with Emperor Velo as the main character there, just because why not? He's basically the Oxide of Nitro card, so makes sense.
Mate, you call that racing?
Okay. On to the next Oxide time trial. Another one of his trophies times falls, by the way, as well. Alright. Okay, not really much leeway here, but we could do it. This is another one of the easy tracks there. There's only a couple cycles to worry about, and they're so slow that they'll rarely be in our way, I think, if we do good. I think one time I had one climb where it was in one of the worst spots possible, and I got hit by it a couple times. Wow, I unintentionally cut that a lot sharper than I expected. Oh, jeez, there's that stuck glitch again. Not fun when that happens, you know. Especially when I'm trying to beat Oxide right now. That may actually be a restart right there, because he's much closer. Probably should have said easy, because I do have to keep purple to my fire for the entire feint again. That's one of the dumbest spots to fail to, because that's not even the hardest spot there. Whoa, jeez, and that's an instant restart again. I tried something risky I shouldn't have tried there. Tried going for a triple there and it didn't work. Gosh dang it, I'm failing so miserably. This is not even hardest tracks in the Crash Nitro cart. We've already had much harder before, and it's just so hard right now because it has an optimized Oxide time at the moment. And again, I run into so many walls. Ah, frick. Screw this! Stop failing! This isn't even a hard track, and I'm messing it up like a frickin' idiot again. Shouldn't have said the Oxide time was close. Okay, now I got what I wanted, finally. Sheesh, why did I have to take forever? This is probably my least optimized section right here. See how fast he goes through it compared to me? And see, somehow I'm 2 seconds behind him already. Come on, man. Could I just keep fire for at least a second? Finally caught up to him. Jeez Louise. There we go, finally! A good last turn. It's about frickin' time, man! Honestly, I feel ashamed of myself for messing up such an easy track that I optimized with goodness so far. Because of just being really bad for some reason. And a 35 to end it off with.
You call that racing?
There we go, finally. Sheesh. Yeah, that was really dumb. If I was a professional player, that would have been a first try Oxide for sure, that's for sure. But I'm not yet. Oh great, now time for Out of Time. Oh, baby, this one is difficult. I still have problems trying to optimize this. There's definitely a lot of room for optimization, that's for sure. Okay, Out of Time's Beanox crate is located as soon as you exit the Clock Cathedral. Up around the ramps and head around the U-turn slowly and keep an eye on the right to spot the Beanox crate at the end of the turn. Okay then, let's do it, shall we? Keep in mind, this track was done a lot by me in the Cups mode at the moment, because, when I initially did this, I had a lot of trouble beating the hard CPU on one specific cup called the Desert Cup. And there it is, the Beanox crate right there. Just rammed right into it and got it really quickly. I'm so used to having to go to the far right to get a Wampa crate because of all the stuff I've done. I don't mind losing it there. To be fair, that's a hard purple boost to keep. Probably another spot where brake drifting is good. Okay, I'm doing really badly here. I will say the inside of the clock is still pretty cool, but I prefer going on top of it because it looked really cool and was really fun to do. That said, I actually haven't owned or played the original Crash Nitro Kart on GameCube or PlayStation 2, but have seen people play the track on it, and it's really fun. Ah, I've made that a lot riskier than I should have been. Darn it. Lots of 1 to 2 drift boosts at a time on this track. Oh, come on. My drift did not come out there, in case you're wondering. I tried to drift there and it didn't work. Again, I've lost pink quite a bit going down this turn, but from the looks of it, did not happen this time, which is good. What I mean by glitching, I mean by the pink. I literally lose my pink by just jumping off the jump. I think some collision hits it and it makes me lose my pink for no reason. Nice. So because I have to stop for that means that I definitely have a lot of time to save here. Also, now easy end trophy time. Almost all of the end trophy times are easy except for one. And that's, of course, the Dragon Mines one I'm talking about. The one that I struggled with. I'm gonna have to watch people do that from now on so I can improve my Dragon Mines time trial. Okay, I kept my boost this time through all that, unlike last time. Somehow he caught up to me really quick, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually one of Trophy's type challenges, but there's another boss in the Crash Nitro Kart that you actually have to race on this track anyway, so... Oh gosh. I got stuck! Well, that's a new one for the game. Wow, I got stuck on an invisible wall! Literally! What the heck was that? And Trophy, by the way, showed me an error shortcut unintentionally. Did you see that, guys, though? I literally got stuck on top of that invisible wall. I didn't go over the wall, but I hit the top of it, and suddenly, bam, I lost a lot of speed out, though. That was really funny. Yeah. Well, that's another unintended glitch there, or I don't think it might even be a glitch. I just literally got stuck on top of the invisible wall there. It definitely seemed like a glitch, though, because I don't think you're supposed to get stuck there normally. Ah, frick. I don't know why, but I'm restarting just because of how bad that was. I really don't want to get stuck on there, but I'm doing bad. So, I'm literally just resetting that because of frick. Okay. You know what? I probably shouldn't be resetting so many times. I should just let the theme play out and beat him. That's all I care about, right? Again! How many times am I gonna miss the freaking start boost? Come on, get it! Jeez Louise, man. There we go. Jeez, what took so long? Okay, there we go. I'm guessing the shortcut is via the side right there, or... Oh, from the looks of it, it's from the left side on... I looked at his dot, and I saw him, he went down to the up and left when he did that. So that means that that is probably the fastest way of doing that. We'll say though. Wish I hadn't played that last strap badly. In case you're wondering, I reset specifically because I played that last step so badly. Right here was it, right? Yep, you can jump over that gap, apparently. There's no thing that stops you from going over that. I could have sworn I remember someone doing that, but I also remember that a lot of the spots here would have invisible walls normally. But then there's one spot over there on the right that you see on the end of this turn. That in particular interests me a lot. I'm gonna maybe try that on Oxide's time trial once, or watch him for the first time and see if she does that. Because if that is a shortcut, then this track is not that long at all. Ah! Frick me. When you get stuck in this too, it's one of the worst to get back out, because now watch, and Trophy's gonna do it and he's gonna catch up instantly. But because we did it twice in a row already, we should be fine. But had that not happened, I would have probably actually wanted to waste time right now on the third lap on purpose, just checking to see if that's actually a shortcut. In fact, from the looks of it, that may actually be a legit shortcut. It's just so hard to do. And what I mean by it is not jumping to the far right and instead jumping to the far left and cutting the turn completely. Of course, if I had known that back in the Desert Cup hard mode run, I would have been a lot better with that. So that wasted 10 seconds to L, so that means this is gonna be probably the toughest Oxide right here. I've already mentioned it before, but I will say this is probably gonna be the toughest Oxide of the Nitro tracks. And this time I'm not gonna go for too long. If, like I say, beats me too many times, I may retry and then just try and get it on track, because on camera, just because I don't want this to be done. Yeah, see, look at that. I bet you iBucks, just because of that he definitely knows that there's a shortcut there. So we have to get this 3 times in a row somehow, but I will say though, that last entrance was really terrible. I could tell it was bad too, because I went way far off to the right. You're expected to probably go a lot farther than that, but we'll try it. So, another tough jack. Several shortcuts to do all in a row, and if we miss even one, it's an instant reset. This is the first one I actually learned, of course. Okay, that's actually a lot easier doing that strat. And then the next one would be after this spot, right around here. And it would skip the last turn of this spot. We'll just try it right now and see what happens. Oh, yep, it works, but it's just barely reachable though. And of course, since Oxide does it 3 times in a row, I have to get all of that 3 times in a row, otherwise I just instantly lose. Wow, what a hard track. Doesn't seem quite as hard for me though as the Dragon Mines time trial was. That was still one of my least favorite tracks there. I got stuck on there and I still made it really well. It's definitely probably the riskiest of the 2 strategies. Okay, yeah, see, the way you enter there, I knew that was your shortcut from the beginning. And of course, the pink chick's gonna be the most interesting part. What the heck was that? I lost it for some reason. Up there it goes. Again. You get so stuck too when you miss it too, so maybe it's supposed to be further down. Again though, it didn't help that I lost my pink poster early on. There we go. I will say that's one of the worst shortcuts to do ever. The fact that I was even able to learn it is really impressive. Okay, I barely made that. Okay, looks like I do have a few seconds of leeway if I make everything count, but not by much. So it's gonna be a perfect race, at least in the fact that it has to include all of the shortcuts. Okay, did not get the pink glitch that time. Ooh, that was another one stuck. I think going on far to the right seems to work the best there. I think it's actually supposed to be further down the track that you do that shortcut. Goodness. This doesn't even look like a track at all once you do this shortcuts. You're literally just hopping from like one part of the track to the other. Okay, nice and clean that time. Okay, now I'm past the hard part, thank goodness. That's probably was the harder of the 3 shortcuts to do successfully. At least for me. Yeah, see, look at that. It's almost like it's tempting you to go there. It's not even that hard once you know it. It's more like you need to know it exists. Oh, now when I play this track with online people, I'll probably destroy them. Yeah. Alright. Thankfully, we ended with defeating Oxide, so that's good. And just because of doing all that, we saved a total of 23 seconds plus over our PB there. That was insane, man. I liked that. That was definitely a lot more of a challenge compared to the other tracks. Even Clockwork Wampa, this was a lot trickier when that started happening, but wow, only 8 tracks left now, and then we'll be done with this section. Which will be good because we will get a couple of unlockables. The only other unlockables we can unlock after that is hard mode in the cup races. And by the way, I want to show you how many I've done. I've done all of the mediums and these two and here. The reason I haven't been doing so well in them is because, like I said, hard mode on some of these tracks are a struggle. The CPU literally cheats and gets times faster than what should be possible, if not decent time trial times, like maybe even Emperor Viewell time trial times. That's not including the fact that you can use power-ups to slow them down, so they're not normally that good, but in case you're wondering, don't play the hard mode, by the way, boys. It'll take a long time to beat, that's for sure. Like, it took me at least almost an hour to beat Crash Cove. Which is good to beat it, but still, man. I could only imagine what the other course would be like. Leave a like if you enjoyed though, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we try and beat the Assembly Lane time trial and more. Bye.